It's time for another 72-hour challenge. Normally, I like doing the emergency food ration bar challenge, where I'll just eat an emergency food ration bars for 3 days straight. Well, I decided to mix it up a little bit, and I'm going to do a liquid version. So for this challenge, it's going to be the 72-hour Soylent 2.0 challenge. All I'm going to be drinking for 72 hours is the Soylent 2.0, and I'll have one for every meal. So let's get started with this video. I first learned about Soylent a few years ago through some of my colleagues at work. I work in software engineering, so I work with a lot of nerdy computer programmers, and some of them are so focused on their work that they don't even want to get up and get lunch when it's lunchtime, and instead they'll just drink a Soylent as a meal replacement. And so that's how I first learned about it. It's around 400 calories per bottle of the Soylent. It's not really designed as to just drink all the time. On the case, they specifically say it's not really designed for every meal, but it could replace any meal, is what they say, some version of that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be drinking it for every meal for 3 days. So rather than go into all the details regarding it now, I'm just going to open one up and we're going to drink breakfast. We're on day one now, so I'm going to be weighing myself throughout this challenge. If at any point I throw up, the challenge is over and we'll just do an analysis of it. So just looking at it right now, I'll do a close-up with the camera. It kind of looks like a dark color milk almost. So let's take a quick little drink. So here we go with breakfast, day one. Oh, geez. Oh, this might have been a bad idea. Okay, let me drink one more drink real quick. It's like, it has a milk consistency with not the sweetness to it. So it's like non-sweet milk, a little thicker, a little chalkier. It's not bad. It just doesn't have a lot of I was expecting some kind of, maybe a sweet flavor to it, but it doesn't really have that much. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about it. I'm just kind of dreading the next 3 days. That's what I was thinking about. Next time I decide to do a 72-hour challenge, please someone talk me out of it. Dang. Yeah, it's like a nondescript weird milk. Almost done. All right, just kind of shot it there. So that's breakfast, day one. Let's start going into some of the details now regarding Soylent 2.0 as we make our way to lunch. For this 72-hour challenge, I'm going to be carrying 3 Soylent bottles in an R2-D2 lunchbox. Soylent comes in a mysterious white box. It was a little intimidating seeing it because it has very little on it as far as any kind of advertising or anything like that. But when you look at the Nutritional Facts, which is listed on the box, you have 400 calories per serving. That includes 21 grams of total fat. For sodium, you have 300 milligrams, which is 13% of your daily value. You have 37 grams of carbs, which is at 12% of your value. You have 20 grams of proteins. And then you have various vitamins and minerals. So vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, B6, B12, B5. And for all of those, you're getting around 20%. So you're getting 1/5 of all of the essential micronutrients. So really, I should be drinking 5 bottles per day, and I'm only going to be doing 3. So that's going to be less than what would be ideal. If I wanted to do this long term, I would have to switch to 5 bottles a day. As far as the ingredients go, I'm not going to list everything that's on here. The main ones that Soylent highlights is the soy protein, which is for improved digestion and amino acids. You also have algae oil for energy and fatty acids. And then isomachulose, I think is how you pronounce it. And that's a slow metabolizing synthetic form of beets for sustained energy without sugar spikes. And then you have the 20% of your vitamins and minerals. And right on the package they say, while not intended to replace every meal, Soylent can replace any meal. And I think that's probably mainly for legal purposes, because I do think that you could live off of the Soylent for an extended period of time, but just to be on the safe side, they probably put that not to replace every meal. But I've seen other people on YouTube go for 30 days and more on Soylent. And that's a basic rundown of the nutritional facts. You could check it all out on their website as well. All right, it's been around 4 hours. Time for lunch. Had to film it in the car because it's a little too windy outside to film outdoors. Yeah, they really fill it up to the brim too. So in the Soylent 1.0, that was just the powder. You had to mix it yourself. With the 2.0, that's everything's all mixed in and has the nice little white, mysterious white bottles. So let's do number 2. Yeah, so I was thinking about it. It tastes a lot like an unsweetened soy milk. Although there's no dairy in this. This is vegan friendly. But it tastes like an unsweetened soy milk with a little more chalk and kind of like you soaked shredded wheat in it. But no sweetness to it. Or not a lot, at least. Yeah, the second one, it tastes a little better now than the first time I had it. I don't think I was ready for it this morning, but right now I'm hungry. I did have a cup of coffee at work. I figure since this was made by people in Silicon Valley that they would take into account that people might still want to have their cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah, I don't really mind the taste. Yeah. All right, just a little bit left. These definitely go down a lot quicker than the emergency food ration bars. Since it has a neutral flavor to it, it'd be really cool if you had an option to be able to add packets to it for those that can't live without sugar or without some kind of taste. Like if you could add, it would really be nice if I just added some honey into it, just to give it a little bit more of a sweetness to it, or of a chocolate powder maybe, or even a shot of espresso might be kind of cool. So I think since they designed it with like a neutral flavor to it, that's still an option. So it's not like it's already a vanilla flavor, for example, and you can't really add additional stuff to it. All right, that's number 2. Lunch for day 1. Let's go back to work, and we'll have dinner later on this evening, probably after 4 hours or so. All in all, energy level's fine. I'm a little hungry, but that's just because normally I have in the morning, I'll have maybe a latte and a pastry or something, or a bowl of cereal. So I'm getting more calories normally in the morning. So I'm just a little hungry just because this is less than what I'm used to. But let's pick it back up in the evening. All right, now I'm going to share my dinner for some third-party feedback. So let's fill up a couple glasses.
I don't care. I'll call her back and see if she wants to. She may not want to. But I don't want this.
All right, we have our third-party panel here. First, we have Kid Prepper, followed by Grunkle Dan, followed by Grunkle Kurt, and they're going to be trying the Soylent 2.0, and giving their honest feedback. So let's give it a shot. You want to try yours first?
Sure. Take a sip.
Take a sip.
First. Here, I'll take a sip.
All right, here we go.
Okay. You want me to give it now before everybody else?
Yeah, everyone should take a little sip. Why don't you try one?
Sip.
You can do it, buddy. You've tried all sorts of stuff.
It doesn't taste bad. What is it, rhubarb? Looks like you drink rhubarb. Is it that good?
Are you okay?
Oh,
Okay.
what are you talking about? That is disgusting.
Okay, there's his feedback. Let's get Grunkle Kurt's feedback.
I'm afraid to drink it after what happened to him.
There's So this is supposed to be a meal replacement. It's 400 calories, vegan, no dairy.
I think it's smooth.
It's smooth? Okay.
Very smooth.
Very smooth?
It's relatively bland.
Yes.
Doesn't have any real big taste,
Yeah.
but it goes down pretty easy.
I found it to be like chalky. It tasted like unsweetened soy milk with chalk and like wheat thins or something.
I thought I might have tasted a bit of vanilla. A smooth, creamy vanilla flavor.
What do you think?
It tastes horrible.
Okay, more of the extreme. Let me try this really quick.
Don't taste it. It tastes horrible.
You know, when you're swallowing it,
Have you had this
some of
before?
the air
I've had
from your
2
lungs
bottles today.
takes the smell up into
And I'm drinking it for 3 days straight. So.
vanilla after I swallow it.
I could drink it, but it wouldn't be my go-to drink.
No. Do you think you could do it for a meal like once a day instead of
Yeah,
having
I
lunch?
can do that.
I think so. Yeah.
What about Uncle Kurt?
Well, it's just
Not for
supposed to
lunch.
be.
I feel like I could adapt to it and use it very often.
All right.
You want me to put my name
Cool. All right. Well, there's our third-party panel feedback, and I'm gonna get another bottle in the freezer and drink it for dinner tonight. So you thought it was the worst then, right?
Worst!
Okay. All right, guys. It's around 10 o'clock at night, and it's time for dinner. I'm having a very late dinner. As soon as I got home from work, had to go into dad mode. So let's do a late night dinner. Soylent number 3, day 1. In the car here because it's a quiet spot to film. So sorry for the poor lighting. I'm just pretending that it's unflavored soy milk, just like I could get at the store. Yeah, it'd be really nice if it had some kind of something like honey or something in it. It'd be really good. So after I finish this one, I'm going to be watching a little TV, and then I'll go to bed. Actually work on a couple other YouTube videos. Then I'll go to bed, and then I'll weigh myself in the morning, and we'll start off day 2 in the following video. All in all, I think this one's going pretty good. It's a lot easier to drink something that's not the best tasting than to eat something that's not the best tasting. As you saw, a kid prepper, he does not like it. And he's eaten all sorts of emergency food ration bars, but he had a hard time trying to drink this. But all the grown-ups seem to be able to chug it down okay. I haven't tried it warm yet, but it just seems like something you're going to want to drink cold. I can't imagine trying to drink this thing warm. It'd probably be pretty gross. But cold, it's just like kind of drinking milk almost. All right, last gulp of the Soylent 2.0, day 1. 6 more to go. That's going to do it for day 1 of the 72-hour Soylent 2.0 challenge. All in all, it's going fairly decent. So we're going to pick it back up on day 2. I'll have my breakfast Soylent in the morning. We'll do a little weigh-in and talk more. So leave your comments below in the comment section regarding this video. I'll leave information in the description box regarding Soylent 2.0 and some of the other nutritional facts. We'll start going through more of that information as the challenge continues. So again, this is day 1. Stay tuned for day 2 of the 72-hour Soylent challenge. See you guys next time.